everybody, welcome back to another episode of Black Swan Survivor, episode 2 of season 48
Hmm.
of Survivor. Um, Quite an interesting episode. Um, Nobody's bright.
Yeah.
You should have took your shot when you should have, and you didn't.
Yeah.
But anywho, let's go through this
Hmm.
episode, shall we? So it's a lot of kumbaya, getting to know yas,
Oh yeah.
all you know. However, immediately after last week's tribal, when they voted off Sandra Bernhard,
Hmm.
um, Mary's, they all try to be like, "Oh, we could talk about it later." Mary was like, "We could talk about it now."
Baby Mary be ready for the shit. Do you hear me?
Yes, she is ready. So, Say and all of them tried to spin it to be like, hey, listen, it's what we had to do. Just be glad it's not you.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And she was like, now I'm on the bottom and I'm going home, but some shit ain't right.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Meanwhile, in the other camps, this is why I hate when there's like consistent like losing tribes, like you only learn about the losing tribe. You never get to know about
Oh
other people.
yeah.
Like
The humble
apparently,
traits.
yeah, there's somebody got like 4 nipples.
Yeah.
Somebody got like fucked up feet on the
Somebody
other
got hit
tribes. It's
toes. We got the somebody has like a Middle Earth belly button, and then now
yeah.
I did laugh at Mitch talking about yeah, I just got this little speech impediment. You know what I'm saying? It just slows me down just a little bit.
Yes.
I was like, you're
Yes.
my kind of. I like that. I
Yes.
like that.
You got your wish this episode. They focused on Star.
Yes.
Star is on another tribe that we did not mention. She's on the Lagi
Uh
tribe
huh.
from Georgia. People keep counting her out. She hasn't really made any connection with a lot of people on the tribe. Like they know her, they bang with her,
Yeah.
but she hasn't talked game with anybody.
Which I understand wanting to read the room first. Like she's ready to go. She let us know she's ready to strategize. But she's like, I'm trying to, these niggas are getting along and like I don't really know
Right.
where I fit in this. So she's like, I'm gonna just get to work on my own, I guess. And she goes looking for an advantage or an immunity idol and finds a beware advantage.
Right. So this season they have been laying it on thick
Mhm.
with beer wear advantages where they
Mhm.
got like Tuesday morning accessories and other
And like
accoutrements
cracker toys from the
around
Cracker
camp.
Barrel and yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if Crocodile Dundee had a gift shop,
Yes.
you know.
Those are the puzzles. You gotta solve
Yes,
this.
everything around. So, she she got one of these puzzles and
Mhm.
had to figure it out. Now, her puzzle was different. She had to like do this kaleidoscope situation where they had to like find
Oh yeah.
like the
Now
letters.
what I
Hers was different than the
it
others.
was and it was confusing. It was confusing. But I laugh because so Star uses this beware advantage as her opportunity to start to try to like socialize, I guess. So she lets Thomas. I'm gonna assume this white man's name is
Shine.
Sean. Oh, it's Shine. What?
It was Shine. He is spicy white.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Fair. I'll let that rock. Bianca and Joe. Now remember, Joe is the dad figure who said he was gonna look out for the girl on the spectrum to make sure nobody's gonna play her. And I know last week I said I don't know if I would feel comfortable playing her. This week I say I fully feel comfortable playing her.
Mm.
If need be.
because Eva, she flat out straight out the gate, nobody. I think we should get out Star.
Yeah. And you see, I don't like when they just be targeting a black girl. And, that's a personal thing, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But,
No, that happens a lot on Survivor. It's always but the black girl vote, and
yeah.
because they're just there and they feel like black women are
And
expendable
it's
on this
always
show.
some kind of. I don't want to get too internety, but I'm not even going to call it a microaggression, but it's a microaggression because Star was
No.
irritated. She was like, "Why is this white girl telling me what to do?" Like we don't even know
Yeah.
we don't even know each other like that for you to be sitting up here telling me what to do. Invalid.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
Eva, obviously, she has spoken to us about this. Sometimes not being able to read the room probably is not understanding the way that she is coming off.
Hmm.
Um, doesn't mean that you have to always keep that in the forefront of your mind, though, with every move that you make, because she's also on the show with everybody else.
Yes.
What?
No, I fully agree with
Oh,
you. You just said it. You just said it a lot kinder than what I had.
yeah, nigga,
What
I
I
said
would
it a
have
lot
said.
kinder than how my mind says it, but I'm on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is, what you think is what does Fraser Crane say? What you think is a great boon to people, meaning like what you think is a great advantage of or sending an olive branch to people is going to backfire. And that is exactly what happened with Star. Because where I
Yes.
understand that sharing this information in the game like has trust.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened on the show and what could have happened was prime example of why you don't tell everybody.
Yeah.
So
Cause she told
Star was
everybody. Cause everybody, and
she
then
told
everybody told everybody. It was like the
what
fucking
was the
alliance
secret?
on Drag Race All Stars. Like Monet, you can't have a alliance
Yeah.
with 8 people and there's 8 contestants.
And that's what I was going to talk about. Why is there like an everybody but an alliance? Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're all an alliance except this heifer over here.
Right.
You know?
That's not
Like
an
like that doesn't make
alliance.
sense. It's not an alliance. This is just
You just left this
a
bitch
tribe
out.
at this point. Yeah. Yeah.
And she's been
That's literally
ousted.
what it is. Yeah. Golly.
It's
So like
true.
she goes and tells hot firefighter to help with
You talk
decode the puzzle because
the
she can't
stunt
figure it
man.
out. No, 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 no,
Wait,
no.
hold on.
Dad figure is a
Oh, that's right.
firefighter
Yes, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
hmm
right. That's right.
in Sacramento.
Oh yeah, Thomas.
And
That's or no, that's
mhm,
Sean.
no,
Wait,
Shaheen is the
oh,
firefighter. No,
Cheyenne.
Shaheen is the gay Israeli or non-American white who live in LA, and Hot Dad is from Sacramento, and he kind of looked like The Rock,
Oh,
but I
Joe.
feel like he
Joe.
Latino. Joe.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Joe. Yeah, I think Joe's Latino, but
Um,
he served in the
mhm.
military. Anyway.
But see, I don't know because he has like Polynesian like type tattoos on. Because I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
true.
it's California, so he
It
could
gets
be,
tricky there. You know what I mean?
yeah. Either way, she goes tells him to try to figure it out. He ropes in Shaheen, who is a debate professor, and Shaheen was like me trying to figure it out, and he's like doing all the work. And I'm like, this is stupid, Star. You can't let them fully control your idol, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have to like at least have some reins on it. And
Mm-hmm.
then,
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile, Star goes and talks to the gay named Tom.
Yes.
Now,
Thomas.
Tom reminds me a lot of Richard Hatch. And
Yes.
also, Tom reminds me of every white homosexual in Los Angeles. They
Mm.
are they are very kind, or they'll try to be like, "Oh my god, yes, girl," like Brett, and all of a sudden they'll call you like a hard ER,
Yeah.
regardless of whatever consonant of in the beginning to your face, behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Mm-hmm.
I and that's what happened because he was like, "Oh my god, I've been dying to talk to you. I've been dying to play a game with you and let's like work together." And meanwhile, Tom in confessional is like, this dummy bitch. Like, why would she tell me this information? She's going home. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
She don't know I'm working with this other gay, the debate professor, who
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to say is gay, but he gay, and
Wait, hold on.
all American
Wait,
hero Tom
the
or Joe.
debate professor who doesn't the stinky white man, the flies, Lord of the Flies.
No.
Wait, hold on. Okay, wait. Thomas is the gay man who works in entertainment in music.
Yes.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. Shaheen
Shaheen.
is the gay debate professor
Oh yeah, who helped with the puzzle?
with the fur.
Yes,
That's why I
who
keep
helped
saying
with
I
the
don't know
puzzle?
if he
Yes,
is
yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Jewish descent or
Oh no,
not.
this is the other
He is
tribe
Middle
because
East.
there was tall Gary Coleman, and then the eager man that I told you about last week got on my nerves, and then the stinky fly white man.
Oh yeah, that's with Say's tribe. I'll get to them in a
Yes,
minute.
yes. Sorry. Continue.
Um, so they eventually keep working with Star to get the thing open because she has to like crack this code.
Mm-hmm.
And Shaheen explains off camera like I could play her and just try to sabotage
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
do all this. Tom is playing hard and loose. It was like, well, you can get rid of this little paper thing
Mm-hmm.
to truly sabotage. And he was like, that's doing a little hard, white gay.
Yeah.
I could just pretend and not. Meanwhile, speaking of idols and things, on the other tribe on Siva, the Guyanese connection linked
Oh
up.
yes, honey. Okay. What'd you do when a
So,
bad bitch walks in the room?
right, Killa Camilla is what I call
I
her.
like that.
Um, you know, an ineffective Kyle. Because here's my issue.
Natural flat top.
Yeah. Here's my issue. If you can't figure out that you've had a wart on your finger for 10 years and you think it's just some skin
Let me tell
tag,
you something. Those white people were incensed. Do you hear me? And I
for
was
even
like,
white people to look at you like to give you any type of pause about body hygiene or anything of that resort,
they were like, bitch, that is a wart. Like, that
yeah,
is
get
not
that
a callus.
frozen, get that lanced. The man with 4 nipples
Nigga,
told
get
you
that
to get that
checked.
off.
Get that checked first. Shit. Make
Like,
sure it's
that is
not a
wild.
tiny finger tumor. Like, you need to.
Exactly.
Come on now.
A fetus growing on your index finger
you
could all
you
it
got
be.
to go get that checked.
Yes, yes.
No,
So
Kyle is quite ineffective, but I do appreciate their loyalty to one another. You know what I'm saying? You got to have your people with them. You know what I mean?
yeah, so he eventually finds the beware advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But with them, um, and like the other tribe, they figured out like, oh, we done seen all these decorations around the shit before, so what? There's not much we got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle is not bright, and so
Kyle, you know.
he was like, I don't get this. I need to go figure out with somebody who can figure this out for me.
Mm-hmm,
So he
mm-hmm,
takes it to his Guyanese sister, Killa Camilla,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and she said, "Oh, now I'm thinking it's like last week's episode is going to be listen." So I'm like, "It's listen, it's listen," and then we got to enlist,
Mm-mm.
or no, then we got to silent,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Oh, I didn't think about that."
Mm.
And she's playing anagrams on screen, and what she does is she's playing anagrams on her thigh with a stick.
Mama marks ash in her thigh to write out the sequences.
Yes. Speaking of Ash, I
Innovative
totally
queen.
forgot it was Ash Wednesday this week.
Yeah.
So yesterday after we recorded, I had to go to the mall, and I was like, "What's wrong with everybody's faces? Like, did I miss something?" And like, I respect everybody who participates in that, but I get so confused every year, and especially now in the age that we live in,
it
I don't know what's supposed to be going
it
on.
catches me off
You
guard.
know,
Only because
yeah, and I'm
I
like,
am not Catholic. Um,
yeah, and it always throws me off when I see like people who I wouldn't assume as who would be Catholic. If that makes sense. we're on YouTube, so I can't say what I
Uh
truly
huh.
want to
Yeah, yeah,
say.
yeah. We can have that conversation on Patreon because I have
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I will say this: some of you young people and the internet are acting the fuck up this Ramadan. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, 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 uh,
And while Auntie
uh.
giggles, Auntie also says, Are you doing your prayers the way you supposed to do?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is haram, and I'm haram, but I like, and
Don't be
I'm
like me.
calling this haram. So,
Yeah.
we'll have that conversation later.
Um, but anywho, Camilla cracks the code, and everything is all good. Everybody's also still turning against Charity or Chastity. Charity.
Whatever. Yeah, the tall white
Yeah, they're
lady.
just like, yeah, tall white lady. They still are like meh.
Which makes me a
Um,
little not like I don't care, y'all do what you want with her, but because not Mary, because whatever that lady's name is you just said, Chastity, Charity, whatever her name is, because she's close with Mitch.
mm-hmm,
Mitch
mm-hmm.
is endearing. You know what I'm saying? Like Mitch is a social game. Yeah,
Yes, and
he's getting the girls on his side, but his closeness with Charity Chastity is going to be the one thing that might be his downfall because they don't fuck with her, they don't trust her.
correct, because Stuntman with four nipples was like, why is he talking to Chastity Charity? Like, he knows as a group we don't bang with
You
her, we
know,
don't trust her.
that walking protein shake stresses me out every time I'm like,
But
why are you so oh
but when I tell you he could swim like no other, okay?
oh oh
So
Michael Phelps.
I will say I enjoyed this challenge
Mm-hmm.
for several reasons. And normally I don't really challenges as of late. I'm kind of like meh, but I enjoyed this challenge because a of how it played out.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it put everybody on an even
It
playing
did.
field.
Mm-hmm.
And three, I love the fact that Camilla and Star were just chatting, and not even about gameplay.
No.
They were just, "Hey,
Yeah, what's
girl,
going on?
hey."
What's, I want to see more of Star, even still. Like, I'm trying to understand Star.
And what pisses me off about this show now is like they do so much gameplay
Yeah.
before we even got to the
Yeah,
challenge,
they
and so they
did.
plotting about who to send home, and niggas is getting pissed off
Wait,
and
because I had to pause
thinking
the show.
about
We hadn't had the challenge yet. I had to pause the show to say, is it almost done? Did we didn't get a challenge yet.
every time Chris and I watch the show, we're like, there's less and less time for challenges. Like we ain't seen Jeff in an hour.
I feel like,
Like
I feel like when you first had me watch this, sometimes it'd be like 2 challenges in an episode.
yeah, there used to be.
Or a lot more than what I'm seeing now.
Historically, before the merge, it used to be if they're doing, like, I see what they're doing. Well, they're 90-minute episodes now, so they got to
Yes.
drag a lot of stuff. But it used to be
Getting to know the people more.
two challenges: a reward challenge
Mm-hmm.
and an immunity challenge.
Right.
Sometimes they will integrate them as a one, but that usually doesn't happen unless if like further down the road
Okay. Okay.
or if there's a lot of choices or challenges that have to be made, right?
Copy.
So like I have been a little like
Mm-hmm.
with these like singular challenges
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in a day
Mm-hmm.
because they also count these journeys as challenges, and I
Uh-huh.
think that's lazy booking.
Uh-huh.
But we'll talk about that at some point.
Fair.
Uh, I so anywho, oh wait, I didn't even talk about the
The
journey.
journey, the
The
solo
journey's
boat
first before
journey,
the
yeah.
challenge. Right.
With
So
that
and now I
confusing
like
rock,
how they
paper,
did
scissors.
this. Yes, they had to go. It was a traditional boat journey that they've gone on since the modern era.
Mm-hmm.
This time, they didn't get to choose themselves. They had to do like this new agey rock paper scissors thing with numbers and
By
shits or
numbers.
whatever.
Yeah.
But it was Tom, Mary,
Mm-hmm.
and Mitch
Mm-hmm.
who got chosen to go on this thing. Before I go on, I do need to say Mitch needs to go home because he is too beloved.
I know
He
that's what
has the
I'm saying. I
story.
was like, he
He
got the
has the
social
social
game.
game,
Yeah.
and he's great at challenges. He got to go home
He's Miss
as soon as
Congeniality of the
possible.
season. So they go
Yeah,
on this solo journey and do this puzzle where they gotta do 1 through 15 and put it in sequence and make it make sense. So, um, Thomas gets it. Thomas is the white gay in the music industry. Um, and I'm gonna call him. This is problematic, but it is what it is. Standard issued entertainment industry white gay.
yeah.
Because
Standard
I have
entertainment
worked with this
industry white
nigga.
guy.
I've worked with Thomas in advertising. I've worked with Thomas in
I know
music.
him.
I know him well. And listen, Thomas is a good time to work with, but Thomas is a type.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Thomas wins it.
Yes.
And he gets he wins a steal a vote. Mary. I kept calling that girl Mary Michelle. I couldn't remember what her name was. She can't get it, loses her vote at tribal council, and then Mitch gets it. So when they get back to camp, remember it's always this like, are they telling the truth? Are they not? Situation. Say doesn't fuck with Mary. They don't fuck with each other. Like they low key hate each other in this game. So Say doesn't believe Mary when Mary says that she didn't get it, and understandably so, which she lost her vote. Standard issue white entertainment industry gay goes back and lies, as we knew he would, and tells them that he didn't get it, and then Mitch goes back and tells the truth and tells them that he got it.
Which is why he has to go home.
Yeah.
Because he is too honest of a player.
Yeah.
And if he makes it to the end, he has the story.
Yeah.
And especially when they get to the challenge. So it's already been established that Mitch is hard of hearing, or is hearing impaired. He also stutters. And so when they greeted Jeff and he does the "come on in," Mitch started talking and he began to stutter. And so Jeff asked a very important question. He was like, and I first of all, I was like, oh, okay, we're trying to regain the crown, because there's so many Emmy Award-winning moments, because this has happened before, where Jeff addresses social issues, because it's going to come up, because he does read stuff on the internet. And so he asked Mitch, like, when you're stuttering, do you want us to help you out, or do you want us to just let you be? And he was like, thank you for asking.
Like,
Nobody's
what's the
ever
best
asked
way
me
to
that,
support you in this? Do we support you?
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, let me finish. And everybody was like,
Cool.
Heard you.
This
has happened before.
Oh.
Yeah, this has happened before, where in season 41, where Jeff used to say, come on in, guys. And we finally had somebody who was non-binary on the show. And at first they were like, okay, fine. And then the next challenge, they were like, you know what, I changed my mind. And Jeff was like, there. So that's why he just says, come on in, as opposed to say, come on in, guys.
Oh, that's like
a big thing.
That's like when they changed on Drag Race. For the male.
With the male.
Yeah. I appreciated his emotional intelligence in that moment, though, to even ask that question.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Jeff. I was like, he was neutral to me before. Now I'm becoming a smidge endeared to you.
Because he's married to a psychologist.
A lady?
Actually, yeah, he's married to a psychologist who, guess who his wife used to be married to and has kids with?
Whomst?
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
What? Wait a minute. So Zach Morris and Jeff are Eskimo brothers. Eskimo hermanos. Oh, wait, I can't say that.
They raised their children together.
I don't think you can say that.
You can't say that.
No, you can't say that. Yeah, this is YouTube. It's not fine.
Well, it's they.
What y'all know my heart. God is working on me.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, they co-parent.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
three, they co-parent.
They.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zach
Yes.
Morris. Yeah, it's Slippy. That's also why explains why Jeff acts the way he does in Tribals
Because
now.
he acts
Because
like
his wife.
big Jeff. He acts like big Zach
Yeah.
Morris. And low
Yeah, and he
key, if you
also
look at
watches.
them, he looks like older Zach Morris. I'm sorry. I'm like, wait a minute, she got a type. Bad bitches
Yeah,
are
she
the
got a
only
type,
thing that
and
she
she's a
likes.
baddie. Yeah,
just,
she's a
just,
baddie too.
Tristan asked me the other day. I don't know what sent him down this rabbit hole. I love random rabbit holes, but he was like, "You said Zach Morris is half Asian." I, I was sitting on the couch and I said, "Yeah, I think his mother's Indonesian." And I was like, "And she's like brown." And he was like, "Word, that nigga don't look Asian at all." And then I look on his computer, and it's a Wikipedia list of all these half Asian. Oh, I was tickled. I was tickled. I was tickled.
Yeah, that's me. When I start getting Google, it's a rabbit hole. It's like,
I was like,
ooh,
you just
fine.
gave. Look, I'm going on one later now that you told me that. What do you mean? I'm like, images. I need to see.
Right. So, we get to the challenge. Mitch does that. They hold that exchange. The challenge starts happening. Mitch, like I said, has a social game. He also is great in the challenge. And we haven't seen this in a while where a team gets embarrassed,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
or enough to a point where Jeff starts reading them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
Mm-hmm.
Mitch's team makes it. Star's team makes it. So they did all that conjecture and ballyhoo for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
The team that it was in the final place was Say's team, right?
The
The
green
Green
team.
Tribe. They didn't even make it past. I don't think anybody. I don't think everybody made it. Like on to the challenge because
Nigga.
they had to like do it in stages.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. And so they
Because the pizza man with the flies didn't even get in the water. I don't think.
No, I don't think he did. There was a lot going on in
Oh.
that challenge when I was watching it. So they get to the tribal council, the green team. Very little tribal council too. I was like, is it usually this small?
It did feel a little tight.
Right? Especially when okay, so rewind. Before tribal council, what's tall Gary Coleman's name? Black Daddy.
Dr. Cedric.
Yeah, Dr. Sorry.
Oh, we should explain that him
Yes.
and Kevin
Yes.
failed horribly
Yeah.
at the challenge.
Real bad. Kevin is the eager
Horrible.
boy I talked about last episode.
Yeah, eager gay Asian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
From Liverpool.
So they did real bad, like stinky. Okay, now they're discussing all of this. You know how it goes before tribal council. They're discussing all the things. Black Daddy Cedric pulls Say, you know what I'm saying, to the side, and he's like, "Yeah, girl, they want to send your black ass home. So here's what I need you to do tonight. You're gonna play that Idel, okay?" Because then he thought it was gonna be Mary, maybe, who was gonna be going, but it wasn't Mary. So he tells Say to play her idol. Fast forward, they get to tribal council. They do all their brouhaha, wah 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 wah, and Jeff seems to like their banter. I didn't find it to be tantalizing in any way. What?
No, you got it.
Oh. And then they vote. Boom. After 2 motherfucking votes, they say, okay, so we on the plan.
Oh, because she does play her.
She
idol.
does play the idol. Then so they say first, and then boom, Kevin. He's like, Kevin, you're the you're the next person. He put out Kevin's blunt, and Kevin looks shocked. He looked shocked, and I was more shocked because I was like, wait, they just said 2 names. It's only 5 people here. I was like, is it always this small?
Well, no, it's because they've lost a player, and they also it is smaller tribal councils when it's just them.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And
I guess you're right. Maybe I'm thinking about like final ending,
the
coming off the
larger
hills.
emerge.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm newish.
I gotta say, they were dumb in not sending, all because of Cedric. Normally, I'm down with the black link up.
Hmm.
I'm like,
Hmm.
normally I'm like, yes, black people got to stick together. However, Say is not going to survive the merge if they make it to the merge.
I want
And
her to,
he
because
would
she's
have
ready
to
to play
do,
hard, but
yeah, but he would have to do so much PR work
yeah.
because she is not, um
They don't
and I hate to
understand her.
say
They don't
this,
understand her.
yes, because she comes off as the A word, and that you don't want to attribute to black women, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
However, she is very, there's one thing about playing hard, and there's other things, like she's very rather rude, like to me,
She's a little
like to
curt.
very,
She's a little curt.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's not going to bode well because we all know it's a song and dance with social,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you can play hard all you want, but I can guarantee that's not going to work with Killer Camilla.
Nah.
That's definitely not going to work with Charity Chastity if she make it over there.
We'll see. We'll see, because they don't like her
That's
ass
that's
either.
not, and that's definitely not going to work with white gay Tom.
Okay, so that's the tricky one we gotta watch because, and also we're gonna have to watch Mary.
He's evil on his
He
evil on his
is
own,
in the best way.
in the best way. I personally think Mary is the most powerful in the
So
game.
this is what I was about to say. You all need to get that bitch out because that bitch told you to your
Yes.
motherfucking faces, "I'm here to lie. I am here to be a liar." And while
She
yes,
survived a vote with
with
no
no vote,
vote.
with no vote,
She couldn't even use her shot in the dark.
no, she survived a
And
vote
they
with no
just
vote.
said, nope, heaven.
They just wanted him out of there. He was getting on their nerves in the morning.
Like, I love Survivor votes where they'd be like, send me home, I want to go home. Like they did Q all 2 seasons ago, and they kept him for like until the end. Send me home, send me home. Mm-mm.
Because why you like the only send me home I can halfway respect is old girl who was like, "Listen, y'all, I'm tired. I don't want to sleep on the
We could do the
sticks
hard things. Yeah.
anymore. I was mistaken in coming on this." And while everybody
Yes,
can be
yes.
irritated, because Survivor fans are intense, while everybody can be irritated, like, "You wasted a spot," I'm like, you gotta respect it, nigga. You can't say she wasted a spot until you take your ass and shit in the ocean in the middle of Thailand or
Yeah.
where are we in Fiji?
In Fiji.
So, because
Yeah.
even me, I'm gonna talk shit because we're talking about the show, but ultimately, I can't do anything until I have to shit in the ocean and brush my teeth with sand.
Like, Chris and I often talk about like our limitations of why we would or could or wouldn't go on the show. I know I would not work well on the show because I could survive the food thing. I could survive the shitting in the ocean. I could survive a lot. What I cannot survive is rats crawling under me.
Not because I forgot about and snakes, rats and
And yeah,
snakes. No,
and Sari
spiders.
often talks about in interviews where they'll be like they had to raise her the apparatus because the rats were like too underneath,
And rats
like too
climb.
close to the thing. Mm-hmm.
Uh-uh.
And earlier seasons, you see rats getting into their stuff.
Oh no. See?
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I have to show. Well, maybe one of these days. So there's a Survivor cast member. Remember I told you where one of them crashed out and they had to have tribal in the middle of the
Yeah.
challenge?
I want to watch
This nigga
that.
is up for 40 years in prison.
Why?
A RICO charge. Apparently, hold on. Let me get the article.
What's his
Hold
name?
on. Brandon Hands.
HANDS, like
H A N
grandma's.
HANTZ.
Uh,
Yeah.
Brandon
Survivor star Brendan
Hans.
Hance arrested
Uh-uh.
on racketeering arson charges.
He looks shaky.
Hmm.
Like you gotta watch him at school.
I'll read the article for the listener for you all. Survivor alum Brandon Hance, who appeared twice on the show, has been arrested on charges of racketeering and arson. In a grand jury indictment returned February 11th and unsealed Wednesday, attorneys in the Southern District of Texas charged Hance with belonging to an allegedly violent transitional motorcycle gang known as the Bandidos. The ex-reality star was indicted along 13 other alleged Houston area members whose charges range from conspiracy to commit racketeering to murder, attempted murder, and assault. Ooh, shit.
It's related to an
Um,
alleged turf war.
mhm. Hans, whose exit from the second go-around on the show propelled him to fandom infamy, was 19 years old when he first appeared on Survivor in 2011. He lasted 36 days on the show. His emotional meltdown during Survivor Caramon was the following year led to much earlier elimination.
Can we
Uh,
watch that?
da,
Can I
da,
want
da,
to watch
da.
that meltdown?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, great.
Um, Hopefully, it won't get us kicked off of YouTube. I don't think so because
We
let's find
we
it.
might have to watch it on Patreon.
Eh, maybe. If not, we can. I'll make a thing to put it here. So let's see. I'm editing this one, so it's fine.
Oh, he had a Uncle Russell who was one of the show's most notorious villains.
Yes, and we'll talk about Russell one day. Russell was responsible for one of the biggest upsets in Survivor history. Like, I hate when people who win and they're ineffective. And he allowed somebody to win who, well, I mean, she did what she was supposed to do, but like, okay, here we go. This is part one.
I know he's
Oh,
mopping.
unaired reaction. So this is interesting. We'll talk about the black man here later. So
Okay.
just focus on Brandon.
Okay.
They vote you out. They'll vote me out.
Did he just pour out water or rice?
Rice. He threw out.
Oh, kill him dead!
Bill, here's a reason to vote me out, you little. Huh? With your stuff all rough, book, huh? Come on, bitch!
I want to see him do his best for his family and everything. It's just for someone to go off the handle like that, it's a little scary.
To just go nuts like that. To say, oh, I love you guys, but I'm gonna trash camp. It's unacceptable. It's totally unacceptable. And as much as you can like the guy, he's gotta go.
All this time I thought Russell Hance was the biggest asshat in Survivor history, and it turns out Brandon's got that title now. So congratulations, Brandon. This 20-year-old punk decided that this was a
Not
good
them
move
trying to
for
pick
him.
up rice.
For
Oh!
Brandon, it was if he was the hero of the show. I think that's how he's gonna justify this. I usually have really good reflexes. Like I would have gone and but I just didn't really believe he would do it, and he did.
Why wasn't one effective enough?
I can't believe he did that.
We'll be all right.
Brandon is ready to fist fight. He's literally out of his mind.
Why don't we just not go to the challenge?
Why waste our
I think in
energy?
this case, it's
Like, let's go to tribal.
there's so much to consider when something like that happens because we're trying to decide, is he in a place at all where we can still play with him, or forfeit the challenge? Give
Not if you
community
threw
away,
out the rice.
which you never do in this game.
I'm not trying to be a monk here.
So,
They'll vote me out before they
Well,
vote
let me
you out.
do.
so that was part one.
Okay, so he's pissed at the black man. Had him a little
Okay.
a little fifi moment in the camp and threw out niggas rice and water and goods and tea and shit.
Yes, and he had a tantrum, and Philip was justified in letting him know, like, you're doing, and Philip all just told him, like, you're doing a lot, like, people are uncomfortable with you, because in the beginning of the season he kept telling the girls to cover up, because he is a newly found Christian, and he was getting married, and so that was messing up his his moral value. Like, he is weird and whacked out.
Oh no.
Like, and he was only 19 at the time.
Oh no. See, I told you he
Um,
looked like somebody you gotta watch.
mhm, mhm.
That nigga threw the right
So-
side out.
Yeah.
Not him buying them one more day of strength.
Yeah. And spoiler alert, the person that Philip did not win the game.
Okay.
No, but somebody from his tribe did win that game.
Okay.
So
Who?
Cochran. John Cochran, the skinny white boy on the end
Copy.
of with the red head.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's the one. It was him, Dawn. I forget who else was in the final with him.
Okay. That was riveting.
But yes, twas. Let's do more Survivor crash outs at some point.
Yeah, but essentially, tribal council comes, Kevin goes home, and that's that.
Yeah. But until next time, friends. Bye.